What's up, guys? We're back vlogging. So I got a new iPhone. I got the iPhone 11 Pro Max. It's got this beautiful wide angle and I just felt really inspired. Took a little walk in nature here and I wanted to talk about some things that have been on my mind. It feels good to do this, and I really like the fact that this is wide angle so I don't have to worry about what's in the frame. Man, first of all, I'm in Falmouth, and I'm in this like place I love to walk near Chappaquiddick Beach. A little bit hidden and also sort of trespassing right now, but it's kind of a cool little spot. I mean, look at that. Like, so cool and beautiful. Very presencing. Speaking of presencing, I just got off a 3-day dopamine detox where I literally, first day, did nothing. I sat in a room and I did nothing. I ate food, and the reason I had to eat food is because I've been going on a lot of these nature walks and there's a ton of poison ivy everywhere. So I have to be mindful of that, and I have to not touch that stuff because I'm really allergic. And I actually don't even think I got poison ivy. I think I got poison oak. And I ended up having to go on prednisone. Long story short, I had to eat food. So I didn't get the full fasting silent thing going, but I did do a full day of silence and no exercise, no journaling even. And I had some really profound realizations the entire time throughout. And before I go into what I learned, I just want to share, I just want to recommend it. You know, I recommend doing it regardless of whether you think what I have to say and share is compelling for you. You know, it's a journey for you. So for me, the first thing I learned on that first day was like, our brains are so much more capable of remembering and retaining information than we think. Like, oftentimes when I at least get a really good idea, whether it's to make a video or to, you know, add something to Maxi or to text someone, I think, oh, I have to remember to do that. And I think I have to write it down. And what I learned was that you usually don't. Like, I went a whole day without journaling anything. I had tons of good ideas. And then the next day, when I finally allowed myself to write stuff down, I remembered literally everything. So that showed me that, one, like, our brains are capable of remembering. And two, even if you do forget, this was a realization I had, like, your brain, you're going to think about it again. A good idea is going to come to you through intuition a second time if it's that good of an idea. If it's not that good of an idea, don't worry so much about writing down everything. So that was really cool. That was it was almost a little stress relieving to understand and realize that. Now, the second thing I learned was, it'd be amazing if I could find a place to prop this up. Probably should have thought about that before recording, but whatever. The second thing I found was, actually, why don't we explore a little bit? Second thing I found was that I really need to focus on making my phone my bitch. And what do I mean by that? Well, it's funny, you know, in realizing that my phone had been kind of controlling me more than I was controlling it, my first plan of action was to buy a new phone. And not only buy a new phone, but this is now my second phone. So I have two phones. Why would I do that? Well, I realized that having one phone, you know, it's almost like a blessing and a curse, or whatever the proper saying is. Like, having a phone is such a privilege and such, you know, an amazing tool to help you do creative things, you know, not only like take pictures and videos and make vlogs, but like I run my entire business on here now, and I'm able to communicate with my community in Slack and the Max, like everyone in Maxi. And like, you know, it's an amazing tool. Obviously I use Maxi, and then at some point, once Maxi is an app itself, I mean, right now it's a web app, like I'm gonna want my phone, and it does amazing things on that sense. But this, like, the littlest amount of distraction that comes from Instagram, from, you know, just the internet, YouTube, TikTok, anything. The temptation, like no matter how much you rig your phone in your favor, is like, it's just, it does very little. And like, yeah, I've already set up my phone so that it's going to be as least bothersome as possible. And I can show you how I did that. So one of the things I found was most leading to procrastination was I was swiping down and clicking my suggested apps, which were like Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok. And so I just removed that. So now when I swipe down, I see nothing. So there's no suggested apps anymore. The other one is I actually put in folders on my phone, like my social media apps, and I labeled them 6 to 7 p.m. Do I actually follow that? Well, no. So, I mean, it helps a little bit. Like, at least I know now between 6 and 7 p.m., I'm giving myself full freedom to do whatever I want in those apps, and I can kind of go wild. The other small tip that I'll give you before I went full ham and just bought a new phone, and I'll tell you why in a second, is I turned off pretty much all my notifications except for the Maxi community and except for phone calls. But like, I don't even get, like, I turned everything. One key that actually I've found has been helping is I took all my notifications out of Notification Center. Like, if I'm gonna look for a text, I'll just open messages. I don't need to see all these different things clogging up my Notification Center. So that was big. But why did I get a new phone? Well, like I said, I really like, using Maxi. I really like having podcasts. I really like having audiobooks. But that stuff can be a huge distraction, and it can flood your brain with, Instagram, all that stuff can be a huge distraction and can be flooding your brain with dopamine to points where it's just unhealthy. So what I decided to do was get a new phone so that now, like, as I'm recording on this, I have Instagram on this one. I have all those, fun apps. But now I have another phone with no cell data, and all that I'm using it for are Maxi and my audiobooks, and my podcasts. So this phone, I'm going to literally turn off and not use until like 2 p.m. every day. And then I'll turn it off once I'm like, all right, I've shut off for the night. I am going to be pretty much only either reading or kind of master planning my vision for the future, which is what we do in Maxi. Cool. So yeah, I hope that kind of clears things up. If you have any questions, drop a comment here. But yeah, I'm really excited to kind of explore this new habit. I'll keep you guys updated what it's like having two phones. But I think it's going to be really helpful. And I'm also excited to kind of get back into the swing of speaking into the camera and sharing more tips and, thoughts and stories and stuff, at least on, I'd like to start uploading on this channel a bit more. I did start a podcast, and I am going to put those episodes out there. I recorded one with Gretchen, I recorded one with Brody Kern, and I'm going to record people within the Maxi community, and then all of, the amazing people in my network as I build out my team. So there is going to be an ArlinMoore team. If you're watching this right now, chances are you're probably into self-development. You're probably someone I want to talk to about potentially joining the team. So look for that. Really this week, my whole goal is to just run through my own, and I got a new business coach, business and life coach, lifestyle coach, business, lifestyle, dating coach. He's dope. I'm so hyped to be working with him. But anyway, he's helping me, and my goal this week is to come up with all the systems and processes that I would want help with that are going to basically allow me to pick the roles that I need so that I can start putting a ton of incredible content out there. And especially like as quarantine starts to come to an end and I'm like, traveling and stuff, I'll have a videographer. It's going to be so cool. I'm really excited to kind of make this next leap and start sharing a lot more. And yeah, I guess it starts from these little documentary things on this channel. So hope you guys enjoyed. Drop a thumbs up. Let me know questions you have in the comments, and I'll see you later. Peace.